Good morning, New York. It's a bit of a hazy morning. Did a lot of trimming out, thinning out. This is our fresh chamomile, which we harvested yesterday, trying to stimulate more. Beans are flowering. They're flowering. All these beans, zucchini's growing well. Really added a lot more length to them. Look at that. These two have not grown in size yet, and I'm having a feeling it's because they appeared really early, and I don't think they were pollinated. But look at our cucumbers first. Very nice. Adding a lot of foliage now. I might just let all the fruits grow in now. It's just a nice, quick, brisk stroll in the morning. Beautiful flowers still here, which is really nice. It's really good. They're drying off, so you can see here they fall. See that one? Look at our fruiting. See it? It's all fruiting. Aroma tomatoes are flowering too. Some there and then some on the top here. For the sunrise, which is really strange, we have a hazy morning. It looks strange. It looks like it's sundown. Very orange. Wow, it is a strange sunrise. Usually it's nice and white and bright. It is not that look today. So we're trying to save the kohlrabi. Put them in a bigger pot. As you can see, just a bigger pot now. Lettuce is looking good. Lettuce is looking good. Our mustard was already harvested. Someone harvested it, which was good. A lot of herb harvesting, except the basil. I know we did a little bit of things here. More chamomile. More chamomile here as well. 60 degrees. Not bad at all. It actually feels colder than that. And these water spinach, in the Philippines we call it kangkong, but they're pretty much water spinach. Let's see if we can take a look. Let's take a look on this side. Yeah. So you see the roots systems are all along at the bottom, right? And then that water is set at a balance, a pH balance. Pretty much set it up and we just leave it alone. This is good news. Very good news. Very good news. All in that flower, man. All in that flower. Get in there. Oh, that one's dead. You don't want that. Good morning, New York. It's a nice one. Rained yesterday for not too long. It's a very cloudy, smoky, hazy morning. There are some wildfires that's going on in Canada, Quebec, Canada. And what's going on is it's coming down towards the New York City metro area. And you can just see, like, the mornings are purple. It's a little bit darker. Two females that open. Look at that. Oh yeah. So we have the taro leaf. Look at this. It's growing. Very hazy Wednesday morning. Sunrise right there. Currently a little after 7 o'clock. Nothing new. Wow, this tomato plant is tall. But nothing new. Yeah, it's alright. It's 60 degrees. Not bad. But let's take a look at our Water spinach. So we have a pH and conductivity monitor, 2.15, and a pH of 6.43. Our lettuces are going really fast too. I just gotta get you an update on our air quality in New York. The wildfires from Canada are raging. You could even taste it. You definitely could smell burnt, wood. It is horrible air quality right now. Horrible. So stay indoors. That's our son. No joke. Look at this. Good morning, New York. It's a smoky one again. It's been like a few days of this haze from Canadian wildfires. It was really bad yesterday, Wednesday, but it's still bad. You can still smell some smoke. Oh, our tomato plants are growing tall. Look at this guy. They got larger. We have a lot going on here. Look at this one. This one looks great. Might not be able to see it, but see that one right there. Doing well. Two of them actually doing really well. And this one right here. Oh. They're much bigger than you think. These gotten larger by the day. That's what I'm liking. I'm liking it. But I'm gonna be able to use this guy on this female. See, with the trick with these fruit bearing ones like zucchini and squash, pollination is key. You only have a few days sometimes. Don't have any bees right now because of all the weather changing and all of this. All of a sudden smoke is just nuts. Fix this hose. So this is the snow peas right here. Let's get a little bit of a better view. Look at that. It's coming out there. It's already coming out here. You see that one right there. And then another one down here. Which is really interesting because they're shorter. And I don't see any opening up here yet. I mean, they're flowering, but there's no signal of opening up yet. No sunrise. That's because we're still dealing with this wildfires. If it's not for the smoke, it'd be somewhere in the 70s, 72. But I think it's with the smoke, it'll be somewhere around the 60s today. Alright, it's 55 in here. It's a little chilly, but that's doable still. Too early squash growing here. What happened was, I don't think it got pollinated. It's turning yellow, so I know it's ripening, and we do not want that. So we're gonna have to remove those. They're not gonna be doing us any good whatsoever. Sun is finally showing up, but it's very hazy still. Literally never grew, but I just remembered about a couple days ago pollinating these and this one, and they're much larger in size, as you can see. The zucchini this morning has one flower and then another one way over here. If you can see the female. Can we use that? Oh, that one's ready to go. Look at all the pollen. All right, let's go take that one. Right there. All right. See how much? Look at all that. It's like piling up right there. So let's do it. Ooh. So this is our radish harvest. All of it? It's all of it. And we are just gonna pickle it. We will be pickling it. Good morning, New York. This bad boy has about 4 defined fruits already, and there's a lot more going. I actually have to pollinate that one. Just opened up. Seems like I'm doing it every day now. For some reason, they're just opening up, even on the squashes. This here, so proud of this one. There's 1 and then 2 round zucchinis that we have. Tomatoes are looking good. Pretty much flowered. Not all of them, but morning walk, morning stroll. Our sunrise currently a little bit after 7 o'clock on this wonderful Friday morning. It's better than yesterday. Over here, nothing new to marvel at, just extra growth, newer growth. All right, spinach growing back, kohlrabi just hanging out, kale growing back, lemon, peppermint, our tomatoes. I don't know what we're gonna do with them. They're in cups. It's not a good idea. We are gonna get rid of all the strawberries up there hanging. Very nice, very nice. Things are looking up. I might have to harvest more chamomile. It's like the 3rd time this week. So we are sitting at 58 in the morning, but it feels nice. It feels nice. It is not bad at all. Not bad at all. All right, let's keep it going. Good morning, New York. Good morning. The yard has changed. The yard has changed. We're in our week 9. It's roughly over 2 months old. And yeah, we have life. We have life. Let's take a nice quick stroll here. Show you what we got going on here. Roses are still alive on this plant. We have our blueberries. They're gonna be ready by late July, early August. As soon as they turn bluish. Oh, what is this? Man, it's just stuff popping up out of nowhere. Some dead roses. We like to just trim these out, deadhead them. Oh, and I'll tell you what happened about these 2 squashes that started to turn yellow on us. Had to remove them late last night. Just trimming it out, get it out. We don't need it, we don't want it. Gonna get rid of that, just trim it out. Quick, these roses go out of season. You know, they're in, they're out. So let's just keep on walking here. Anytime we see anything we don't like, we just remove. 2 months waiting just to see results. It's very therapeutic out here. We have our robin chilling in our nest in the grape tree, which is a bad idea, but what do I see here? What is that? That's just bird poop. Sometimes they fly and they sit on here for like a second or here, and then unfortunately they get pooped on. To remove these spider mites, you gotta remove some of these spider mites. Carrots are getting larger. I gave this a nice trim yesterday, a very nice trim, because I started to see the overlapping of a lot of these big ones, big leaves. and what happens is it kind of chokes itself out. It doesn't allow the new growth to come in. See, there's a ton of new growth in there. I want to get that to grow up, and then remove the old ones later. Plus, it was crowding up the tomato here, which was a bad placement on our part. Fingers crossed. Hope that you've been doing your diligence in getting the male and making contact with the female, because you don't really have enough time. Like, the flowers open up and then to maybe 2-3 days later they close. So you're hoping to always inspect them, to always take a look. I'm hoping that these two were pollinated. I'm hoping, but this one was definitely pollinated. You can tell the difference in the size itself. Let's just see, fingers crossed. This is like a late bloomer here, these roses. No good, no good. It's do a little. This round zucchini, my goodness. They don't get big. They get big at like I could say like maybe a baseball. Roughly like a baseball, a little bit bigger than that. Very little, just very little. The best thing to do if you're worried about harvesting is that you can never go wrong with harvesting a little early, because the younger, the sweeter, the better. It just came out of nowhere this week and it just started getting larger and larger. You see these leaves? This leaf right here? This is what happens to it. You see all these? Spider mites, aphids, spider mites, aphids. They love this stuff. So you just gotta remove them. Maybe mom will spray the neem oil and yeah, hopefully we can fight all this. Now look at this, oh my gosh. Okay, so these zucchinis here. Ooh, look at that one. These zucchinis here, man, they're getting big. Oh my gosh, there's so many more. And a flower opened up, but that's a male. We can't do anything about that. Good morning sunrise. A little bit before 7 o'clock in the morning on this beautiful Saturday morning. We have a bit of a light haze in the air. Not too bad. Catching a break from all the Canadian wildfires. See, our beans are flowering, but I don't know, they just don't look as big as they did last season. So you see that purple bad boy, the dragon tongue? It's a purple boy. Beans are beans. Last season, this was actually one of our biggest producers, the dragon tongue. See, the pests are everywhere. You just can't escape them. We don't like to use any type of chemicals or anything because we eat our food, so something's happening with this here. So I realized we're here at the cucumber, and I had to cut this here yesterday, right there. Man, we had a huge pest problem in here. It was like a colony of aphids and spider mites. And what was happening is right here, it's kind of looking like this here. So the leaves would curl in itself. And if you look in the back, I realized something was going on. Leaves like this. Perfect. So this specific leaf, see how it's curling on itself right here? It's literally curling. And if you look inside, there will be pests and pests and pests. Yep. And this is nothing compared to the one I seen yesterday. I'm talking about completely covered, huge colony. And I'm not joking, it was huge. That's one thing you always have to worry about when growing cucumbers here. Anywhere, like the cucumbers are a big target of pests. I had to trim out 2 over here because they were starting to turn yellow. 4 squash total already. See how they're yellowing, turning a little bit of orange? This one was getting rotten from being on its side. But I woke up this morning, there were no flowers from yesterday opened, and all of a sudden we got 1 male, 2 male, 3 male, 1 female. We have another male over there hiding. This is getting much larger. So this is what I like to see. And then you can see with this one, it hasn't really grown in size. So hopefully it was pollinated. If not, it's okay. These plants, these vegetables, look at the leaves. It's so weathered. It's so, my gosh. That's what we're concerned about. We know that we have to spray some neem oil soon. Look what we have. Purple snow peas. Now you don't want them to get big either. You just want them just maybe a little bit bigger than this. A lot of people say, oh, you gotta make all your vegetables so large. It doesn't ripen really well. You know, when they start growing seeds, you just want the seeds young and tasteful and soft. Look at this one. Perfect size. Just about maybe one more day. I'll probably pick it tomorrow. Brussels sprouts are doing okay, but they haven't shown any balling up. You know, they grow one stem up and then it's just like a ball. Haven't seen anything yet. Hopefully soon. Got the Lani's in the greenhouse. We got our spinach growing back again. Our kale is coming back pretty quickly. Tomato plants in a cup. Lemons. Lettuce. All right, let's take a check. 59 degrees. It feels a little warmer. What you growing there?
Parsley.
All right, so we got this new pot ready for parsley. And I found this bad boy somewhere in the corner, neglected, but I wanted to take care of it. Water spinach. They have gotten a little bit larger, you can tell. The pH is still looking good. Almost the size of length of my hand. Big, they're getting big. Good morning, American Robin. How are ya? He hangs out with me. He's finally comfortable with just hanging out. All right. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna get into our vermicompost. So let's just get right to it. Voila! That's really it. Good morning, New York. Sunday morning. We've been having great weather lately. Just temperatures in the 70s, high 60s. Lows in the mid 60s, so it's been really good for the plants. Our zucchinis right there, and then that one right there are really doing well. We have 2 round zucchinis. I was lucky. I was able to put down some castings that we cleared up yesterday, and then it rained. It gave a little bit of rain, so all those nutrients are now saturated a little bit, not too much, but a little bit. A lot of flowers are opening up on our squash. That is a female. Oh my gosh, we got 2 females here. Male right there. Possibly gonna use this male as well, and maybe this one. We are recording at around around 8 o'clock in the morning. What is that?
Oh, it's me.
Oh, we do have tomato sightings. Let's take a look.
Tomato, tomato, tomato.
Zucchini on this one. Let's try to get this pollinated, because this zucchini plant has been the slow grower of fruits, and that one has been a slow grower. Yes, yes, you see they're like almost just a little bit smaller than a baseball. Maybe even about a week I can get one or two. So I was force pollinating all our tomatoes just by shaking it. See right here, you just give it a little shake here and there. Sometimes you have to come back and wait for the other flowers to actually open. Their male and female are really close together that it's kind of hard not to pollinate them. But let's take a look at the one I think I saw. It's right about there. You see that right there is a very small, tiny tomato. But we are having fruits now, so it's a perfect time to put some castings on the bottom, you see. And when the soil gets watered or rained on heavily, it will provide it with all the organic nutrients that it needs. So that's really it right here. All right, into the greenhouse we go. Spinach. We transplanted tomato plants. This is a tomato plant here. Some of the tomato plants that were in the cups. And look at all this space that we cleared up. We could possibly just leave it open, aerated the whole thing, or we can start growing other things. But look at all this. These are all the tomato plants that were in cups. Look how big they've gotten in the greenhouse. That's insane. All right. Ooh, it's a warm one. It's a little bit later in the morning. Usually I do a temperature check right at like 6:30, 7 o'clock. We don't want that in our herbs. Let's just quickly remove those. Beautiful lettuce. Here's to our Sunday. Let's keep it going. Good morning, New York. It's a cloudy one. Expected rains. It's very much needed. We actually had to water the plants last night. We don't like to water at night, but we checked the soil. We were putting some new topsoil because we have a few more plants we want to put in. We have some bitter gourd and more cucumbers. That's going to be going into the last two beds over there. And realized our soil was really dry. So I was wondering why some of our plants were kind of looking in distress, a little bit of curling on the leaves of the tomatoes, things like that. But they bounce right back. So I wanted to harvest the kale on the outside row over there, the lettuce in the greenhouse as well. But I also wanted to harvest our, let's see if we can see it on this side. Our snow peas. We have roughly like 10 or 12 pieces that are ready to be picked. Better when they're smaller, like around 3 inches long. I'm gonna try to get that today, but hopefully we don't get rained out here, because I'm starting to feel a little bit of precipitation. I might as well do some harvesting of the kale inside too. They're ready for harvest. Grab some older leaves, leave some younger ones. Oh yeah, and these as well. Some of these, those as well. 68 feels really nice. All right, the rain is coming down. A little drizzle, early drizzle, supposed to be in the afternoon. However, let's at least try to take care of the kale over there by the Romas, and then the snow peas, and then we can leave the yard alone. Try to beat this rain, try to beat this rain. Let's do it. You'll have great harvest, and you'll have a full season worth of kale. Let's get right to it. See these sizes right here? Just gonna snip it right at the stem. So these snow peas grow out of the flower, within the flower or on the flower. All right. Those are the perfect sizes right there. About 3 inches. And good is good enough. You don't have to continuously try to wait for a large, like a large fruit. A lot of the times with vegetables is that like a squash or zucchini, even beans, the younger that they are, the sweeter they are, the tastier they are, softer they are. Let's put it here next to the green onions. Cucumber plants. I think these are cucumbers, or these are the cucumbers, but that's the late grow that we have here. So all right, had to do a drop off and unload. Let's get to it. Let's do an unload real quick. Okay guys, unload number 2. So we'll get to these lettuces and we'll just move down the row. So ta-da! You know what? Let's just harvest some of the mustard. We have some mustard here. It's a great way to end the week. Get a nice little harvest. Very, very good for continuing the growth here. Yeah, it's so peaceful, so nice. I'll get that one there. So the rain kind of stopped a little bit, not too hard. But it will be raining today. They say it's a possibility, but we have lots of clouds. There's a lot going on north of the border, so it's controlling our weather here. That's it for the week. You guys won't believe it. Oh my goodness. Took a round zucchini and a regular zucchini. Must have been I don't know, a possum, a squirrel. Somebody ate it. Look at this thing. He just ripped it right off, and he didn't even like it, man. Anyway, you win some, you lose some. Man. That was a good size too. It was getting big. Still a little soft inside. Anyway. Wop wop. Hopefully they just stay away. Man. Alright. There goes a sight from my soul.